looks like we are supposed to be here. So it looks like there's a hidden base location here, so we can kind of just go for it and see what's there. Probably should put a camera in front of the ship so we can see a little bit better. But I don't hear any shooting, so we should be okay. And a good tip to never really fly towards an asteroid. You want to fly towards the side, just in case you don't stop your time. Because that happens fairly often with me. Which is not a good sign for piloting skills, but slowly getting better at it. Okay, so what is this hidden station? So we found the hidden station. Well, not according to... No, well, there you go. According to Goodbye, we found it now.
Fasten your seatbelts. Don't get out of your seatbelts up or you'll be left behind.
Huh? Alright, that was just the tip. I took that as a warning for whatever reasons. So this is the hidden base. So what is supposed to be in here? And honestly, the ship is looking pretty decent. So let's go and find out what's here. We should be able to access it, I believe. Yep. It looks like it's one of those normal asteroid stations that you normally find out in the wild. The one that says there's no place like home. I've been to these before. Don't recall if there was a turret or not on there supposedly, but not in here. And I guess it's just to jump and find the base, which we did. So that's cool. Then GPS the location just for funsies. We can turn on and off the spotlight. Close the door. So not much is going on here, but it's basically a decent starting base if we really wanted to call it that. Although there's really nothing here, as you see. Is there anything we're supposed to do here? I didn't see any control panels that gave us any new tips or anything like that. Here's a cargo container. It looks like it's empty, but there is ice. Do we want to grab the ice from it? It's in this thing, the O2 generator. So I can grab that. Ooh, it's got bottles and stuff. So we'll probably just loot that for now. We could scrap this place, but preferably not, I guess. Is there a survival kit here? No, there's a generator here. If there was a survival kit, that would have been nice. There's an oxygen tank there. Definitely would be a pretty decent spot for headquarters or base or whatnot after we get to where we need to get to. But again, it doesn't look like there's any task to do here. It's just a quick jump and then go from there, it looks like. Looks like we should be heading back because that was all that there was. But did we wait long enough for the jump drive to work itself out? And also, I was looking at an older video and we did do some kind of design once before with solar panels, which looked really cool. It was basically putting solar panels kind of like this, kind of hooked out to the side like that, which we could do it here actually. Yeah, we could do it here on the arms. That would get a little bit more charged up, if anything, through the sun. Do we have any solar panels anyways? We have some. Or solar cells. We have some, not too much. So yeah, we could do that here. Alright, there we go. So we were able to build solar panels. Not too bad. We could build some underneath it too if we really, really wanted to, but not necessary. Alright, let's get out of here since we can get a little bit charged up now. Like I say, luckily the platform is always defaulted there, 20 kilometers away. So that's good. What I'm going to do is going to do a blind jump towards this way at 14 KOA because that's where we kind of were before we did this hidden base location. And I guess this is actually stuck here on the HUD anyway, so I don't really need this hidden base one, but that's fine. What's interesting is that the platform is not located here on the GPS, but that should be okay. Let's go for our jump drives right here. We're gonna go 14 kilometers away, which would be less than, wow, less than 1%, so 0.5 roughly. So let's go 0.4, about 13, so 0.45. Good enough for me. So we're gonna go ahead and do this jump. So we should be able to get back to where we left off. I don't think there was any pointers where we were left off anywhere. Anyway, not pointers, but tasks. Okay, there was one. It was a hydrogen thruster task. So let's get over to that one. And then eventually, I think we have to head back to one of those, or we gotta head back to the platform and then do the other one. Looks like I am low on oxygen bottles for some reason, so I know we have an oxygen tank, so let's just throw the bottle there. All right, let's head towards the hydrogen thruster task. Not sure what that's gonna bring us, but let's just go. Okay, that was a little bit on the close side. Okay, we're here. Unscathed, luckily. But we are doing a task of hydrogen thrusters. So good bot.
There's small mining ships here that use hydrogen thrusters. Hydrogen thrusters are powerful but requires hydrogen function. The ship can produce hydrogen from ice using a H2O2 generator. Add ice to the ship's H2O2 generator.
Okay, so your basic mining ship here, does it currently have power? Yes, it has a lot of power actually, because it's probably connected, but no, it's not connected. It's just on a magnetic plate here, or landing gear. This thing unlocked. Oh, there's no hydrogen, so that ain't gonna fly anywhere. So what we're being tasked to do here is, of course, drill, which I guess we can take care of by hand. Okay, so we have some ice. Throw it in here, and that should take care of that.
The rear thrusters do not have conveyor connections with the hydrogen tank. Repair or add conveyor tubes to restore the fuel supply to the thrusters.
Okay, so there's an issue right over here. Do you have all the materials that I need to repair it? Looks like it. That's one, and here's another one. Here we go.
Bernard, you can now use the ship's drill to mine more ice so it can refuel itself. Mine ice using the miner ship.
All right. So it is getting a little bit of hydrogen, so we can still fly it. Hopefully it don't run out, and then we just quickly drill all the ice that we can require of the ship.
Magnificent. Other thrusters can be used to escape planetary gravity.
Yeah. You can also use ion thrusters, but you need a lot of it. I'm just gonna end up filling the ship up to the brim with ice for no apparent reason. Wait, it's got reactors in here. It is got a lot of power. Reactors. I think it started with 10 uranium per. That's good. So now if we just melt this thing onto our ship, that'd be perfect. Because then we could utilize the uranium off of it as well. Where can we place it though? I have no idea. We could get rid of the beacon and put up a connector towards the side though. That is a possibility. There's also room to put it right over here, although it's going to be more exposed, which is not the greatest thing in the world. But it looks like that might be our best bet for the time being. I need some more steel tubes, like. Or is it because we're not connected? Yeah, we're not connected in terms of both ships. We gotta get that fixed, obviously. So we're gonna utilize that port over there for connection. It's a good enough spot. So if we have two of these minor ships, then it'll look pretty decent. But even if it's not two of these, it's fine. And I don't think there's anything around that's gonna get this thing burnt up. The only thing I worry about is the turret, meaning either it's going to shoot it on its own or have it get shot by other turrets later down the line. But this is going to be our temporary spot for now. So I guess we could do it this way, right? Switch lock here, switch lock here, and switch lock here. I think this is left, back, right. Potential. Toggle off the thrusters, go dampener off, and lock in. Now we can utilize the uranium out of the reactor, the small reactors that are in here. Oh, looks like there's missing things there. Let's go to the next task. Looks like the drone repair platform. If I'm lazy and want to jump, is that a possibility? Point one will get us 7 kilometers. Actually, that's perfect because that's about 8 kilometers. Why not? We got uranium, so might as well spend it. All right, perfect. So we're about 1K away, and I did say I was going to add a camera, which I probably did not do, right? Yeah, I didn't do that. So another random tip for you guys, just in case. Cameras, if you want it to face the correct way, and if you notice a little dot right there, it should be facing you on the bottom left side to be the right way up. You could also use the tips on the right hand side to kind of see when things are right side up or not too, if you could visually see it. Sometimes you can't see it for different items, but that's what I usually use. Ooh, it's looking like a nice little facility here. Oop, that antenna little bit too close. I mean, so many close calls. This is not good. Okay, so this is the remote control and drone repair platform. This is remote control. So I guess we're just gonna fly a little bit of a drone here.
This facility repairs unmanned drones to mine, build and defend the area to control a ship remotely. You need a remote control block and an antenna. Repair the remote control block and add antenna to the drone.
Okay, so when it says defend the area, are we gonna run into an issue where we're gonna have to face some enemies? Because that is going to be somewhat interesting. So I'm gonna hide my ship underneath this right over here for now then, just in case. That's actually not much hiding, but you get the picture. So this is the drone, and we need to repair the remote control and add an antenna. All right, cool. Nice little drone here. It's not too bad. A little exposed, but looks decent. It's got a little bit of ammo, not much at all. Got the control panel. Remote controls right here. That takes care of that. And then we got to add an antenna. It looks like an antenna is supposed to be right here. Definitely looks like that's where it was supposed to be. What options do we have for antennas in small grid? Not much. I like the parabolic antennas, but it's not any real good spots for this, I guess. That looks terrible, but why not? Okay, that's an antenna.
To connect the ship remotely, press Shift T to enter the menu, which shows ships within your antenna range. And select control. Make sure your suit internet is toggled on. Then control the drone remotely.
Okay, so Shift K and right here, control. Now we are on the drone.
Fly the drone to the waypoint to test your drone. Don't go too far though, your antenna needs to stay within the range of each other.
Okay, so how far is our antenna? 5K away, so that's not too bad. Oh, we're not going that far. We're going meters.
Talk about business and flying. Drones are handy if you like to build cheap and small ships. Well done, engineer. Now it's time to put your new skills to the test. There's a planet nearby which is controlled by the pirate faction. Find the planet and take out the pirate. Reach the planet.
All right, so we made it to the final objective, it looks like. And I actually unlocked the engineering degree achievement, which is finish all tasks learning to survive scenario. I thought I missed a few of the tasks, but looks like I did not, which is also a good thing. Do I want this drone? Probably not. It's more of a space drone. I mean, I'll blueprint it. Okay, so the planet is 5 kilometers, no, 5,000 kilometers away. So we are very, very far away from anything. And of course, if you didn't know, there is achievement for completing that task without entering the orbit of the planet. The only thing is I have to decide if I want to do that now or potentially later down the line, because it'll be quicker to finish the final objective, like just build a ship or put some hydrogen on the ship and just go down there and attack it, and so be it. I don't have the achievement done, so let's kind of decide in a second. I mean, I'm gonna fly back to the platform just to see if there's anything we can continue to loot, and plus that's where all the ores and everything is. So let's go do that first before we
A
decide what we want to
few
do.
moments later.
Ooh. This sounded like something broke. Not sure what that was, but okay. All right, we're back to our original station where we spawned. Of course, we have a survival kit here. We have materials here that we didn't even take. Of course, we're going to load that up before we get going. The planet, I believe, should be Earth-like, if anything. So let's set up shop a little bit closer, but I'm definitely going to grab all this. There's a lot of resources. And the nearby bases probably have a decent amount of resources as well. So we need like a larger cargo container of anything too. So we could connect a good chunk of stuff here with the cargo container. Might not be the smartest thing to do, but it's a possibility. We could also stick it out here, which is extremely exposed and next to a turret. Our only other option is actually doing it this way, which probably would be better. The ion thruster here should be necessary, and this one should be a T, if anything. We could do conveyor junction here or a C. I think we're just gonna do a C like that, and then connect from here. So that should work out. As much as we should probably reinforce it, it just doesn't look that great when it's exposed outside. So we're gonna use these blocks here. There we go. We should be now connected throughout the whole entire ship between everything. We should really do a large cargo container to carry everything. We have so much small cargo containers, but I think that should be okay though. Now we can continue to merge more ships as we get closer, because there is like a solar barge right there, which are the cargo ships from the field work update. So that would be interesting to do. Let's go ahead and do that. Now, forget the solar barge. Does it attack? Some of these cargo ships do attack. So what is breaking? I found the scrap on the side just before, so I'm not even sure what broke and from what. It's probably from ion thruster, but not sure what it was, but that's fine. we'll just go and figure it out from there. Doesn't seem to be any weapons, so that's good. Am I following it? I can't even tell based on how fast I'm flying. It says I've auto dampened on, but I can't tell. Wait, is it gonna disappear? Oh, it sounds like it's about to disappear on us. Hope not. I wanna follow it as much as I can. Yeah, I think it's gonna disappear soon on us. Or it's just sitting there for now. That's good that it's just sitting there. Don't fly away. Don't disappear on us. Taking too long to do this, but I want to auto lock onto it so my ship could fly with it. I think we're good there. All right, let's just hope we don't lose our ship here. Hostile enemies detected evading. Why? I'm not hostile. Oh, you are leaving now. That's good. That's not good. I know where your AI blocks are for the most part, so I'll take care of that. And get this. I'm gonna claim it and find the rest. Is my ship following? Yes, that's good. So that's where the block is. I believe there's a block here. Yep. Defense block. So I should be able to stop it now. The move block. Turn off the AI. Turn off AI. There's still more AIs, but there should be, I believe, towards the back, if anything. I forgot already. Or they're in here, actually. We are completely stopped, so we're good. So again, this thing has lots of materials. Well, 5k worth of ice. That's really worth it. All right, so the solar barge has been looted and taken over. The stacked barrels that were on one of the pieces here had a lot of ore, which is perfect. Although we don't have a big old refinery, or a refinery at all, looks like. We're gonna have to attach one on the ship somehow, but we got a good loot right here. A lot of ice too. So it's gonna keep us going with hydrogen and everything like that. So the solar barge is a good ship because that's iron thruster, and I could just scrap it if anything, but I could also just keep it as well if I wanted to. And we just merge it onto our ship some more if we really, really care to. I mean, there's no real good spot for it anymore. We could just make this thing a little longer. Our ship longer. It could be longer. It could be on the side as well. But it's a really fragile ship because it's only held on by like scaffolding. But it could be a fairly useful drone-like thing to use. Do I dare merge it to the side on a solar panel? That is a possibility, although a terrible possibility. Kind of like that, in a way. The only issue I'm going to have is this thruster, potentially. Maybe, maybe not. But how we're going to merge this thing is the interesting part. All right, it's attempting to merge, but is this on the bottom half or top? No, it's on the bottom, so that's fine. This one's on the bottom as well. Okay, so I think we should be able to merge into it. Nope, something's in the way. What is in the way? Not see. Oh, right up here. No, up here should deal with anything. Let's get rid of this here and there. Okay, so it was that window frame. Why? That makes no sense because it's supposed to be towards the bottom. Yeah, that was really weird. This seems to be like a terrible, terrible idea, but we're just gonna go with it anyways. Oh, it's this piece here. I believe that was blocking it. Yeah, it was this because it's 2 blocks wide window, so that was a problem. But like I said, this is a fragile ship anyways, but we're taking it just in case if we do want to decide to scrap it later down the line. It's gonna help us charge up because it has the solar panels and everything like that too. So, planet. There's something bouncing around. Ooh, we just lost something. What was that? Looks like a bit of a panel. I like the ship, the original ship that we have here with the drone facility. I'm not liking the adding of the solar barge, but whatever. That's just temporary anyways. Is that an ice asteroid? That would be a good find. I don't think so. It looks like it though. Let's go check it out. So it looks like we need to add on some hydrogen tanks and hydrogen thrusters on these bad boys so we can get something going. We could put on the solar barge. The whole left-hand side could be our hydrogen thrusting, which is dangerous to do because once we lose it, we lose it. But this is an ice asteroid, so we could mine ice here if we really want to go the route of getting some hydrogen. I feel like we definitely need a hydrogen ship. What is that asteroid over there? That looks like... I don't know why they all look like ice asteroids to me. They very well could be. That looks like an ice asteroid as well. What is going on? If that is, it'll probably be better to get over there to be a little bit closer. But is this really an ice asteroid? It looks like it. Why do I not have a drill? Picked up an advanced drill, getting unknown signal off cam. That's what happened there. Yep, ice asteroid. And again, I think that's an ice asteroid too. Okay, so if we want to hook this thing up with some hydrogen, we could do that. Again, we could throw on the barge if we wanted to. Would be nice to put the hydrogen tank right over here, but that's gonna disconnect everything. If we put it here, that will work out too, but none of it will be connected. I wouldn't mind throwing it here. Is this again part of the bottom? Yeah, it's part of the bottom half. We could throw it here. I'm gonna try to throw it here. That's a solar barge. Just for now to give us some more speed. Okay, so that's done. The only other problem is that our ice and O2 systems in this ship. So we do need some kind of connection point now too to the hydrogen. Yeah, let's connect it through here. So that follows this path, which is the flooring over there. But there should be a spot right here for conveyor. We just got to T-shape this one into it. And I did forget that we have a large cargo container somewhere. One of these ships have a large cargo container. Oh, it's right here. Duh. How did I miss that? So there's no need for me to put on a large cargo container because we already have that. All right, so we're just going to conveyor tube this thing throughout. How's this going to follow? Kind of get it like that. Close as we can. That should do it. Down here and of course there. And then this one, same thing. Should probably use reinforced tubes, but I am not doing that for whatever reasons. Okay, do I want to go a little higher? We can't. Well, we could, but it's going to block the window. Let's not block the window. Although, not much of a view here. So this should be getting hydrogen now. Yes, it is. That could get into here. We should reinforce these bits here too. We could leave it kind of exposed for now. Do we have enough materials for hydrogen thrusters though? I don't think we need large hydrogen thrusters for now. Okay, so we have our up, down, left, and right, forward, but not backwards. So backwards, we need to put some here. There we go. So we have more hydrogen thrusters here. We can throw it on the side here. We can throw even more. One more here too if we really, really needed to. But I think 2 is more than enough in terms of that. Do we need more up and down? We don't necessarily need more up and down though. That's the thing. We could throw another side one here. Up to down we have 2 already. I don't think we need 4. Yeah, let's work with this for now. I don't think we need 4. All right, we definitely don't have enough metal grids for this, so we do need to slap on a refinery. Which a refinery is one large piece of equipment. Not a lot of spots for a refinery. Here would be ideal, but again, it has this turret here. We could remove the turret. Not a big deal. We could put turrets elsewhere. But let's put in this refinery right here. All right, so we can just let that refine a little bit and we should be okay. Just not looking the greatest, but it's progress. We could jump. Well, we need multiple jumps actually. It's 2,000 kilometers right now that we could get to with that jump drive. Maybe 2 jumps, 3 jumps, depending on the mass. Looks like we should be able to do a full 2,000 kilometer jump, so that's not bad. I can go ahead and grab another ship, but military enforcer, probably not the best idea. All right, based on my suspicions, this looks to be correct. It is an ice asteroid. Why are we so far? Looks like we are slowly losing all the ice that we have, and we only got like 1%, 2% in the hydrogen, which is probably a lot, since we're not really getting that much ice. So we do need to get a lot more ice in this case. I don't even know why I did this one first. I should have done a forward thrusting first and a backward thrusting one. So that wasn't a smart idea. Looks like we're out of nickel for the most part. So we do need to get nickel. We should have extracted some nickel previously. If we need more ice, we could drill out more ice and we could get it from here. So we don't know if we have enough materials to do this, but I could just do a connector here and do it. Actually, we don't even need to. There's a port right here, so we just throw in a drill right on there. I know we have a drill ship, but it's a tiny drill ship, so what is the point of adding that? So might as well put it here. We could extend it out or not. Doesn't really matter to me that much. So we're just gonna get more ice, and then if we could grab some stone and fill up too if we need to go that route. But ice is important at this moment for the hydrogen. This is a terrible way to do this. I should have put a piston on there actually, but better than nothing. Okay, it looks like we gathered about a lot more over than 303k as some other cargo is filled with ice. But we don't have that many O2 H2 generators. We have 3. It's a slow process. I don't think this one is connected to anything. So this one's not doing it. It's more of 2 than anything else. We should really fix up the ship to be a little bit more efficient, by the way. But we'll leave that for now. So we probably should set up base close to the planet anyways. We're so far still, but there's still a lot more work to get done as we still have very limited parts because we just looted those task bases and not salvaged it. We should probably salvage it too, but I did contemplate on using this small grid fighter to get that, but that doesn't even seem like a smart idea, does it? So we should really park ourselves kind of closer to the planet, get some materials through asteroids and everything like that, because we are definitely needing nickel. Do we have an ore detector on this thing? I thought we did at one point, but then again, I could have taken it out too. There is an ore detector on here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where, but it does exist. And I'm not sure if it's broadcasting the ice or not. It's not. For some reason. All right, it is. No, it's not broadcasting the ice, really. Because it is attached on... Which ship? Is it even on? I should have even took a look at that, too. Oh, no. The mining ship. The small little mining ship right here. It should be on this. Because it was a subgrid. Yeah, it was on a subgrid. But it was also off. But then again, it doesn't have much of a detection because it's only 50 meters. So we'll turn that off. We'll put one somewhere around here if we need to. Put it right here, I think, right? Ore detector. Perfect. All right, well, everything is working itself out in terms of getting hydrogen, getting things refined. Yep. We still need nickel. So let's do a first jump at least, so we can progress to our main task here. It's going to take a bit for us to get ourselves situated, but I don't imagine us needing a lot to get this done in terms of getting a drone down into the planet. We may need a laser antenna in terms of the distance, but a regular antenna gets us 50 kilometers away. Is it 40 kilometers away from the atmosphere? I forget what that was. I think it was. So we might not even need a laser antenna, but if we do need a laser antenna, we'll put on a laser antenna. Let's do a jump. We did not travel that far. We're only a smidge of 3 kilometers away. 3,000 kilometers away. So we need multiple jumps to make this work. And yikes. That's going to be a lot of power that we need. And we're already at, like, it says 1 hour power right now. That's not good. So it definitely would be great if this asteroid right in front of us or next to us is nickel. But of course, our ore detector is not working yet. It looks like it's ice. That's interesting. More ice asteroids everywhere. Was there an update some time ago where all asteroids have so much ice? I remember when I first started a space survival adventure, it was tough to get ice. Or is it just the draw of the luck here? Probably the draw of the luck, but found out to be a little interesting. Let's get some stone because we're going to need a lot of nickel anyway, so might as well get this done. The other issue I have here is the reactors. They're small reactors, so they're not going to be like that crazy, but it is going to kind of run out eventually. I mean, we're still getting power. We have solar panels, decent chunk of them, but still 1 hour power is not that great. I think it's because the refinery is running and we're flying around a lot too. So, oh no, I know why. The jump drive is charging up. That drains power. That drains a lot of power actually. Only 50% done. So once that's like finished charging, we should have our day's worth of power back, I believe. Hopefully. This amount of stone should give us some nickel, but you know what? We probably should use the survival kit and put it to use as well. Use ingots in this case. Might have to find a way to get rid of the gravel, but then we could make some. I think ammo uses gravel. No, does it? I don't know why I'm thinking that. I know reactors use gravel. These things here. Do ammo use gravel? No, it doesn't. Why did I think that? Magnesium powder. It'll be funny to use gravel as ammo, though. I mean, you'll be going old school with the weaponry of loading rocks, I guess. Not really rocks, but you know what I mean. Or some of you may know what I mean. Basically, talk about musket shooting. All right, mass-wise, we're getting really heavy, which is fine. It's more of the ice that we have that's making us heavy. We still have tons and tons of ice. Yeah, we're hoping to fill up the hydrogen for gas, anyways. Now we have a good chunk of stone, so the stone will be fine. So much of it is going to take a while for it to process, and of course, while we wait for the process, we could float a little bit closer to the base if we want to. If we don't want to, we can sit here and get some more cargo ships. Lots to go here. I thought we are going to be finishing this learning to survive scenario pretty quickly. But if we are going the route of getting an achievement, and I say why not, might as well get it done. Of course, we're not going to go like, we're not going to speed run it and get ourselves in trouble where we land and we're going to run out of ammo. We got to rebuild everything like that. We got to make sure all our checks and balances are in place and everything is right. Hopefully I get this done relatively soon. I am having a lot of fun with it because I do love starting from the beginning, building everything up and then building ships. Because every time I build a ship, there's some commonality to some ships I build, but they always come out a little different, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Pretty nasty looking ship for now, especially the solar barge. I could have put that somewhere else. The bottom one is just attacked on. So more or less the starting pod or ship with the drone facility from the SBRT made the ship look pretty decent. Now it just looks a little ridiculous, but should be fine. Looks like our jump drive is fully charged, 16 days worth of power. And with all the mass that we have now, yeah, we are getting heavier. So the heavier we get, the less jump we're going to be able to get to. But of course, we could do a blind jump now, get 1700 kilometers a little bit closer. Why not? But I think with the reactor, we should be okay with the power. Although it's two small grid reactors. Okay, we are definitely getting closer and closer. There's a SPRT Pirate Raider. That's not good. I hope they don't send any drones because I only have one turret available right now. So yeah, I wasn't really thinking of having this to be a defensive ship anyway, so. But it would be bad if that thing starts throwing drones at us. We have one turret right there, but we do have other weaponries here. Looks like this one is put. There's no batteries. Okay, we're getting a little bit further away from it, so we should be okay. We are getting close. 1,200 kilometers away. We're probably going to reach the planet and stay outside. because the goal is to not get inside the planet. So I don't know if the marker is inside or that marker is kind of like outside of the atmosphere. But hopefully we don't mess it up. I'll probably do a quick save before we do anything. But looks like a lot of things still refining and everything like that. It's going to work stuff out. Probably do it all off camera. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. This learning to survive scenario. We should be finished soon. But of course, please like, subscribe, comment down below, even just say hi. And of course, see you guys next time. Bye.